We're now in the final step of the Dunder Mifflin project, and it's going to write two simple formulas. We're changing worksheets. Now you're going to be on the Sales Worksheet. The first task, it wants you to sum a column, and on the second task, it wants you to find 10% of a total. So going back to your worksheet, right now we're on employees, we're going to sales. Again, the first thing you really should do is update employee ID. We did that when we were in the employees worksheet. It was incorrect. I've corrected it here, so please make sure that you correct employee ID. But task 1, it says it wants you to sum all the cells. Now if you go back to video 4, we've talked about formulas before, but to talk about it again, I'm going to go to a different worksheet, one that you do not have, just to kind of talk about formulas. Whenever you write a formula in Excel, the first thing you do is you click on the cell where you want your answer. The second thing you do is you write or type an equal sign. This tells Excel that you're writing a formula. Now whenever you can, you reference a cell rather than hard-code a value. So let's say I wanted to add these two cells. I put my equal, I click on my cell, plus, and I click on my second cell. Now you have quite a few cells that you want to add, so rather than doing plus, 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 you can do an auto sum. I've done one here, but I'll do one here. Again, when you write a formula, first thing you do in Excel is click in the cell where you want your answer. This is an exception. I do not write an equal sign. I'm going to go to auto sum. It's under home. I'm going to do auto sum, and it's going to assume I want the entire column. I could change it if I want. I could just go up here and change the value, or I could change my highlighting. I'm going to go ahead and keep it as is, and I'll just go ahead and hit enter. I can double click and see what's being added. So you're going to do something very similar to that when you sum your cells. Now if you remember on task 2, it says it wants you to find 10% of your cells. So after you sum all your cells, you need 10% of it, and that's going to be multiplication. So the first thing you're going to do is click in the cell where you want your answer. You're going to type equal, and you're going to reference a cell. Now when you are doing 10% of something, you're only referencing one cell. And so I'm going to reference a cell, I'm going to put multiplication, I'm going to multiply it. And now this time you're going to have to hard code something, and that's what you're going to have to decide, what am I going to hard code. But you can choose a value. So let's say, for example, I just want to multiply by 5. I could put 5. And then I could use my fill handle and drag it down. So if we look at cells again, here's your total. You're going to be summing this entire thing. You'll be using an auto sum. Under bonus, you're going to be writing multiplication, and we talked about that. You're going to put enter, you're going to reference the totals, and then you're going to multiply, and then you tell me what you're going to be multiplying to get 10%. So that is the entire worksheet. We've stepped through everything. Please email me if you have any questions.